Hello there, I'm Taylor-Alexis and welcome to my channel. And if you're coming back, thank you so much. This is a channel specifically talking about the life lessons I've learned in my early 30s. Now, usually I'll tell you guys that I create wedding videos and I also do documentaries. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about that with today's topic, which is, as some of you may know, if you're new, I am a wedding videographer. And I got started last year, really around like April, but like I went public with it in July. There was this shift that happened and it was just kind of like, all right, girl, what are you gonna do? You know that you're a creative and you need a financial base because artists need to survive.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
I am so over the struggling artist. I get it, the grind and stuff like that, but like with inflation, with the rent prices in New York City, you can't pay people in exposure forever. You just can't. So that is my message to you guys, pay artists. I had this mindset shift and I'm like, listen, you as a creative, you need a financial base and you need to find something that you enjoy and that you're good at, put it together. Now, if you know me, I've been a lover girl since like the beginning of time, but really like since high school. Like I love, and I know people say that, but like I'm really about this shit. So went to this whole thing of like trying to figure out how to market myself, launched a giveaway, started getting clients, doing stuff, and just learning as I go. And it's been so much fun, I'm not gonna lie. I had to have this shift in my mindset, and I think I started it back in 2022, but I think it really took off this year. So I kind of want to get into a couple of things. One thing for me, I found that, I don't know if you're out there and you can relate to this, I can be pretty dramatic and I'm very much of the, it's all or nothing, right? And that, it's no bueno. That's not good. It's not good at all because then you're not leaving room for error. You're not leaving room for, I don't know, the nuances in life. It is just a terrible thing to adopt. And then you become so hard on yourself when you're trying to succeed at something and then it's like, nothing's happening. So I had to personally just say, you know what? Let's not do this all or nothing kind of thing. You know, let's be a little bit more compassionate with ourselves and say, okay, maybe I might not show up like 100% today, but at least I gave you something. So maybe Mondays might look like a smooth 17% because gosh, while I like a new week, Mondays are horde. But then, you know, maybe the next day I give 88%. Maybe Wednesday I'm back up to 100, but it's just about showing up and giving something instead of this all or nothing kind of thing. The second thing that I had to kind of get rid of was this idea of perfectionism. We are all our worst critic. And I think a lot of us can be super hard on ourselves, especially as creatives. You're just like, you're trying to make sure that everything looks proper. And I'll give you an example of that of like, okay, so I do weddings, right? And in my brain, I feel like my weddings should look like, I don't know, like a Michael Bay action film or something, right? Where it's just like you're getting these 360 shots, everything's smooth and yada shmada. But then I'm like, okay, girl, like you don't have a crane. You are not this production studio. You are not gonna be able to do these takes over and over. So you need to get rid of that. And while I still pride myself and like maybe one day I will shoot an action film similar to a Michael Bay joint. Sorry, Spike Lee, but you know, you have to get rid of that idea of perfectionism because it's only gonna hurt you and you're only gonna paralyze yourself in whatever task that you're gonna do, right? And then you're gonna be operating from fear because you're like, oh my God, it's not perfect. Will they like me? They're gonna hate it, da. You gotta let go of that. Let it go. What did Beanie say? I don't know if that goes. It doesn't go. If you're fed up with perfectionism, let it go. Cause every night you come Sorry, if you don't know, I'm Caribbean, so you're gonna get a little jingle here and there. The third thing is when you are doing this mindset shift, you gotta start holding yourself accountable. A lot of the times we can sit back and be like, oh, woe is me, why is this happening? But when you stop and think about why something is really happening, chances are it's because you cause it. You caused it. And it's okay. Like, I think that's the beauty of being self-aware, right? I'm not saying, once you hit 30, you're supposed to know exactly who you are and all of that stuff. No, because life is a journey. Holding yourself accountable for the decisions that you've made in life is huge. Have I been a shitty friend at times? Yes. Have I been a shitty family member? Probably, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm perfect, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that I haven't grown as a person because I was holding myself accountable. And then, we can be here all day about what that looks like holding yourself accountable. Like, damn, maybe I should have handled this a little differently. Maybe I should have spoke up for myself and said something. Maybe I should have taken a moment to breathe and come back to it. All those things can happen, but when you start holding yourself accountable, things change. Your mindset shifts. I stopped worrying about trivial stuff and I just got to it. You can really stop action or stop the flow of things by thinking about these little small things that probably don't matter. And in those moments, I like to ask myself, like, okay, is this gonna matter tomorrow? Is this gonna matter a year from now? Is this gonna matter 5 years from now? Maybe this is like business Tay thinking about, will any of this matter? Chances are, no, it won't. You just gotta push through that. Another thing that has been really great was just kind of adopting this mindset, or this spirit, I like to call it, the spirit of abundance. Now, I am a product of immigrant parents, and by way of saying kids, but a lot of the times what I've noticed too, especially within generations that have immigrant parents, that we tend to operate from a place of scarcity. That, oh no, this is gonna run out, or this is gonna end, and or not thinking that we're good enough, or not thinking that we have what it takes to get to the next level. And I say that because in my experience, I've kind of noticed that within my own family, just even little things of packing barrels, right? Caribbean people in here, you packing barrels, you sending it home, and it's just a ton of stuff because you're prepping just in case there's a hurricane, or you're prepping because perhaps those same goods cost a lot more on an island versus being in America. So having to tell myself, hey, it's gonna be okay, you're gonna replace it, whatever. It would be really small things, right? I love Target. That is my jam. That's the place I go. I'd vibe out there. But there will be moments where I'll be like, oh my God, I'm running out of toilet paper. I have 2 rolls left. I need to order something from Costco. And I'm like, I live so close to a Target. I will be okay. It's not the end of the world, So, and I know that sounds so kind of ridiculous, but it helps. So I'm just kind of Taylor, you're gonna have all the toilet paper in the world. You're gonna have all the Charmin that you want. It's gonna come to you. And what's been really helpful with that, which brings me to my next point, is journaling. Ooh. And it kind of ties into holding yourself accountable too, because there's no way that you start journaling your actual feelings and what you're going through and your thoughts, and you're not let's do a quick life audit here. Again, back to business. Journaling has been super, super helpful. Whenever I feel overwhelmed, whenever I feel anxious about something, I will just do what I call a brain dump. Just type everything. It doesn't have to be grammatically correct. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't even have to flow. It's just these are the thoughts that I'm having, and I need to get this out of my brain so that I can be a lot calmer and get shit done. So yeah. And in that, more self-awareness, I realized that it is so easy to self-sabotage. And I think the reason why that's easy is because when you are self-sabotaging, it's this fake sense of control, because the outcome is going to be shitty anyways. I'm sorry, Taylor here, I apologize, but the outcome is going to be bad, so you kind of just F it up for yourself because all right, it doesn't get better than that. But I will tell you, the self-sabotaging is only a hindrance. It's not gonna help you, I promise. It's just not. Also too, with this mindset shift, I found myself just letting go a lot more. I'm I used to get upset, real upset. I don't know if you're into astrology or anything, but I'm a Pisces, so there's that duality. That doesn't mean I'm crazy. There's also Geminis that have the duality as well. But there's just like, it's like, you're like really happy or you're like demon time, you know? But I find that since I've made these changes and stuff in my life, I've been really intentional about like who I have in my life, who's in my circle, what I'm sharing with people, what I'm putting into my body, how I'm, you know, presenting to the world or whatever. I'm more calm. I'm more leveled, balanced, happier, focused, feminine, darling. But yeah, mindset shifts are real, and I think you need to have them because you got to get serious about stuff too. And you know, I could sit here and say like, oh, I'm 33, 35 is around the corner. No, it's not so much about that, because you know what's meant for you will be yours. You know, you won't have to second guess it. I will say that you, at some point, you might get tired of your own shit, and you gotta do a mindset shift. Again, she's a rapper. You know, listen, sidebar, if you're here, I like to do a lot of accents. They may or may not be good, but if that's your jam, stick around. So, I like to tie it all back in together. When you're having that mindset shift, be intentional about letting go of perfectionism. Be intentional about letting go of this all or nothing mentality. Be intentional about letting go of this scarcity spirit. I like to keep it at the spirit. You know, holding yourself accountable, creating a routine, journaling, those kind of things help you to navigate your life and get you on the right path to whatever it is that makes your heart flutter. Thank you for watching. You know, I had a podcast and my tagline was a safe place to talk dangerously. I think we're bringing that back. I don't know how unhinged it will be because I'm just a different person now. Thank you for watching, you know, and Taylor, I mean, I don't know. It was Tailored World, so I don't really know if I have a world, but this channel is a safe place to talk dangerously, darling. But if you liked anything that you heard here today, or you want some more of this crazy but awesome content, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you back here on Tuesday. All right, bye.